What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Hope all you're having a great day so far. Listen, Nina was doing the absolute most today. I was so irritated that she spent the night at Sunny's house. You know how bold you have to be to do that? Like, she knows Carly don't live there no more. She knows she moved out. But it's like, that's still his wife. You know what I'm saying? What if Carly would have came home that night? You know what I'm saying? Like, what if she would have came back to check in on the girls or something like that? Or she forgot something and she saw Nina on that couch? Ass whooping city. I'm telling you. Nina is bold. She is very bold. I felt like a lot of what she was doing today felt calculated to me. It really did. Because she could have handled Sonny so differently. She could have handled the situation very differently. When she noticed that he was off his meds and stuff and he was having a manic episode, she kept trying to get him to eat and he was outside in the cold. Because he was talking about he built the kids a tree house or he something. Um, and he just couldn't sleep or whatever. So she kept insisting that, like he go see his doctor, he take his pills, like he get back on his meds and stuff like that. And, he was lashing out at her. He grabbed her arms and stuff like that all tight, and she had to literally like tell him, like, listen, you hurting me. So, he had to snap out of it for a second. Um, my thing was, instead of calling Britt, why did she not try to contact his family? I can understand her not trying to call Carly or Michael. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Since she got beef with them. You know what I mean? She got beef with the whole family, but it's more directly with them. The two, them two. So I can understand why she wouldn't contact them. But she could have at least tried to contact Christina. She could have tried to contact Dante. Like, she really could have, and she made no effort to do that. I mean, she did try to call Phyllis or whatever, but of course Phyllis wasn't answering. But it's like, call his family. You know what I'm saying? This is why they're mad at her in the first damn place, because she could have called any one of them when Sonny was in Nixon Falls and she didn't. You know? Like, even if Carly pissed her off, it's like, okay, you got other family members of his that you could have contacted and you're still choosing not to. It's like, to me it just felt very calculated on her part. To try to get to know him better, because she was asking him to, give her details about his bipolar disorder and like what goes through his mind when he's off his meds, like just trying to gather information on it. And he was telling her and stuff like that. And I felt like it was calculated. I really did. I could be wrong, but I just felt like that because there's different ways she could have handled it. So even Britt, when she called Britt told her, call his family, try to contact his family because they know how to deal with him when he's off his meds. A few of them know how. You know what I'm saying? They know how to calm him down because he's going to lash out. He's going to get into a violent rage. He's going to lash out. You know what I mean? You don't want to be near that. But she ended up getting him to the hospital or whatever, and Britt, wanted to stay with him or whatever till his doctor came, and, he thanked her. But he let her know, don't tell my family I went off my meds. Like, don't tell nobody. Technically, she can't tell anybody anyway because it's doctor-patient confidentiality. Even if she's not technically his doctor, it's still confidential. So she can't tell nobody anyway. Um, but Nina know what she was doing. She knew exactly what she doing. Like, get your ass out that man's house. Stay in the night and all that. You could have called any one of his kids to come over and stay with him. Any one of them. She ain't had to stay there. She really did not. That's a violation. That's a violation on her part. Um, so anyway, moving on from that, Ava. Ava need to stop her foolishness. Like, she got pissy at Carly because Carly had Avery and Donna over at Bobby's or whatever for an overnight stay. And she got mad about that. Talking about, oh, Bobby isn't her grandmother. Technically, she is by law. Technically. That's her step grandmother. So it applies. Biology has nothing to do with it. That's still technically, she sees Avery as a part of her family. Just as much as any of her other grandchildren. So, doesn't matter that she's not blood related. She is legally related to her. It counts. Ava is just, she need to stop this custody nonsense. Like, she really does. My thing is, if she wants more custody or primary custody or something, she feels like that agreement needs to change or whatever, like Avery needs to be with her more, then go to the courts. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what Carly was telling her. She was like, listen, your beef is with Sonny when it comes to this custody nonsense. She was like, you want to talk custody? Go talk to Sonny. She said, or better yet, have your attorney call Diane. And y'all can hash this out in arbitration or whatever and figure it out. I agree with Carly. You know what I'm saying? Don't sit there and hiss at her. Oh, that's not her grandmother. Ava, stop it. And I love me some Ava, but I'm like, stop it. You are being ridiculous. Stop. Um, because of course BLQ popped up or whatever defending, Carly and Sonny to Ava and whatnot. So Ava want to get all snarky, talking about, oh, I'll wait for the next class. I said, well, you do that. Like coming in there with that foolishness. Y'all supposed to be namaste. Like that's supposed to be a place of peace. When you doing yoga and stuff like that, that is supposed to be your zen. Like that's supposed to be your peace. And every time they go to yoga, they just act a fool, like disturbing all the other patrons. Like get y'all ass out that class. Y'all gonna bring that drama. So of course, Carly was telling BLQ about her and Sonny and her moving out and stuff. They need to figure out this marriage situation and what they're gonna do soon. They need to figure it out. But the way things are looking, I don't know if Carly and Sonny gonna stay together. I don't think so. Not with the way things are going, because it ain't looking good at all, honestly. So anyway, moving on from that, Peter ass is getting on my nerves. He trying every trick in the book to stay from going back to Pentonville. And I love how smug Britt was with him, because when she walked into his room and let him know, she said, I just signed off on your transfer papers. He's sitting there talking about, oh, I still need medical attention or whatever. You do not need treatment. Talking about he need treatment. No, you don't. And for one, if you still need treatment, guess what? The prison has an infirmary. They have doctors there. They could take care of the rest. He's trying everything in his power not to go back. I'm like, dog, you are going back. And he's sitting there, does Maxie know I'm being transferred? Maxie not thinking about you right now. She got her own shit to deal with. She got her own little fire that she trying to put out right now. She ain't thinking about where you ending up, where you going. She ain't worried about that right now. Like, he's such a fool. So, of course, Victor trying to use that sonogram to ID, the back of the sonogram to find out who it belonged to or whatever. Because, he got a theory. And he just trying to confirm what he think. So, of course, the nurse ran the thing or whatever, the ID into the system, but she got called away. So Victor tried to take a peek of it or whatever. But when Britt walked up on him, I believe he already seen what he needed to see. And he was so smug with Britt, bringing up her disease and stuff. And I love how she had a good poker face. Britt was denying the fact that she had the disease. She put up a good poker face and let him know, like, I'm not scared of your ass. Because she knew he tries to be charming, but he also tries to intimidate you through his charming. That's what he does. He uses his charm to intimidate as well. And she figured, she was like, no, you ain't scaring me. And she let him know, stay your ass away from my mama, stay your ass away from me. I love Britt. She got her moments where I can't stand her sometimes, but I love her. I think all characters got that effect on me for the most part. Like, you love them, but then certain days they say or do something to irritate yourself. But I love how she handled him. But she need to be on her P's and Q's with him. So when he went to go see Peter, I gathered that he's about to tell Peter what he know about baby Louise and her whereabouts and his theory of what he think. I'm like, Victor, don't do that. Don't do that, Victor. Victor is stupid if he gives him that information. Whatever information he has, he dumb. Because I'm like, for one, why would you be in cahoots with somebody who betrayed you, who more than likely was going to have your ass killed? Like, he would be a fool to trust Peter or to even help him at this point. He would be dumb. So anyway, moving on from that, Valentine seemed like he's starting to put the pieces together himself too. Like, he's starting to come to a realization at this point. Because when he bumped into Chase at Lil Bailey Louise, he was wondering how come BLQ did not change the birth certificate. Because legally, he's listed as the father still. So he got suspicious of that. And the way Chase was acting, he was surprised and caught off guard by that question. And he did seem like he had a nonchalant reaction to it. Like, he didn't seem to care to get his name on that birth certificate. All of that stood out to Valentine. And Valentine was very suspicious. So he was asking Martin, like, what do you have to do? Like, what steps do you have to take to change a birth certificate? Martin was like, shit, all you got to do is fill out some paperwork and have proof of paternity, and they can change it. They can amend the birth certificate. So Valentine was like, if that's all you had to do, why? How come she hasn't done it, and how come Chase never insisted that she do it? So he was like, unless there's no proof. I said, damn, Valentine's smart. Valentine is a smart ass. He is smart. He on to this. He like, nah, something ain't right. Cause he was like, why would if she's lying again about the father of that child, why would Chase help her? So you know Valentine about to be sniffing around until he get the truth. And whatever Victor knows, Valentine probably about to know too. Because he's suspicious. I'm like, damn. See, this is why Maxie and them just need to tell the truth. Because I'm like, this shit is coming to a head right now. Too many people are knowing about it. Too many people are putting pieces together. They need to do something better than this. Like, Maxie and Brooklyn need to just tell the daggone truth at this point. Do something. Maxie was, trying her best to make sure Austin didn't remember anything. Because when they was in Pawtuck, he was remembering stuff. And she was lying about what happened. Because she was like, oh, after, I gave birth and stuff, and fake Chloe, the nurse, took the baby, she said, oh, I passed out. No, you did. No, you did not. All of that was a lie, but of course she had to fudge the story to make it make sense. Or to try. And Austin was not having it because Austin started remembering. He was like, I remember a conversation. He started piecing together that Maxie was having a normal conversation with somebody. And she tried to make it seem like, yeah, she was arguing with the nurse. That's what he must have heard. He knew better. Because when Anna and them went to go find cell service or whatever, he stopped Maxie from leaving. And he was like, it was you that was talking. Because whoever was talking was not arguing. They were having a normal conversation, a calm, normal conversation. So if she was going at it with the nurse, it wouldn't have been normal and it wouldn't have been calm. I was like, damn, everybody just piecing all this together right now. I'm just like, oh, y'all just need to go on ahead and tell the truth. Because I'm like, this is coming out. So I don't know if Maxie gonna come up with another lie tomorrow, but judging by the previews, it's looking like she might not have a choice but to break down and tell him, what the hell going on. Because this is coming out. They can't hide it no more. You know what I mean? Can't. It's impossible at this point. So anyway, moving on from that. So the teens get up to the cabin and whatnot. They talking about going skiing. Esme is being her usual Esme self because she's still mad because now Spencer, you remember he had a skiing accident before and he ain't skied in years. So thanks to Trina convincing him, now he wants to ski. Esme was not happy about that. Anytime Trina and Spencer are around each other, Esme is boiling. She tries to look composed sometimes on the outside, but on the inside, she is boiling. Like she is a pot of water just about to runneth over. I'm like, too bad, so sad. Get over it. But this girl got some devious plans on her agenda right about now. Cameron and Jocelyn, all they worried about is getting down with the get down later in the night. I was like, I really hope y'all got contraception. Well, they said they do. But I hope so. But with this little girl around, I don't trust her. I don't trust Esme, obviously. And now she got these little pills or whatever. I think those are a pain pill that's pretty strong if you take a certain amount. And I believe they cause sleepiness. Like they cause drowsiness and stuff like that for you to sleep. And when they were pouring the hot chocolate and stuff, I say, yep, she about to put that shit in somebody's cup. I don't know what her agenda is, but the way she keeps sniffing around Cameron, Jocelyn, and Trina and hinting around that Trina really wants Cameron, I got a funny feeling she gonna drug them cups and she might make it look like Cameron and Trina slept together. So she could cause a rift between the three. I think that's what she might do. I could be wrong, but that's what it's looking like she might be trying to do. But she definitely trying to cause some mayhem. And somebody need to get her. Like somebody need to get her ass under control. So anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section. Let me know what you all thought, and I will see you all later. Have a great night. Peace.